So,
Yeah, because Danny's not here either for his report.
I don't think you actually, I think it's on the back, I don't think it's on the front.
Okay, yeah,
But
we
this
have to
thing
tell
wouldn't,
them.
I thought I saw it last.
Yeah.
I think it's on the
Alright,
back.
Phil, can you do your magic with that camera again, please?
Is it lit?
I don't see a green light.
I don't think it, is it,
Red light, green light.
Yeah, last time.
Don't step on Holly.
What?
I think it's from the back.
We
to
need
the
her.
front.
And Brendan.
No, I saw it last time. Come on.
There you go, green.
Oh, you're right.
Is it on yet?
Oh, yeah, you just
No,
make
no.
sure we're
Are you gonna look through something?
Perfectly hidden behind.
So I'm just gonna alter the agenda, and as soon as they show up, then we'll consider everything.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you
don't have a
very much.
report. You'll be happy to know I don't have a report.
Well, Tom will be happy.
Tom, you'll be happy to know I don't have a report. Nothing happened.
It says live.
Right there.
I'm
You're
gonna
live.
be very brief also.
No, I went,
I'm not.
I looked at the thing, but
You're
they're,
not being recorded, I know, just let you know.
I saw that, that's
if
pretty
they're
cool.
hiring, extending things, like
Oh.
finding a new custodian,
Yeah, not
nothing,
necessary.
not necessary.
Say when.
They dealt with the same thing we did with
We're
the
live?
fire department.
We are.
We're on?
What, I
Oh,
think,
here comes
I think
Amy
we
Jo.
just need to say, for anybody that wants to speak, they need to come up here so that they can get on
Yes.
the microphone, like you cannot hear
I'll
them,
clearly turn mine around so they
You
can
usually
see
turn it
mine.
around.
okay? So they need to come up, if anybody wants to speak, they need to come up so that they can be heard.
You
What about
are
the
in
department
charge.
heads? Do they have to come up, the department heads?
I would, yes, just because it's very hard to hear them on the recordings,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm gonna say yes.
You have to do the.
Say when.
pledge of allegiance again.
When?
Right, Hal?
When? We're good?
We live?
Alright, everybody ready? Brian, you ready?
I am ready.
Alright, I'm gonna bring this meeting to order at 7:16.
Problem is, we
We're
already,
gonna go right into correspondence.
we already did the pledge of allegiance.
Yeah.
I'll go through the correspondence. I can do it.
Do you want me to do are you doing it?
You want to do it? Go right ahead.
What the hell? You might as well use me while I'm here. Alright, I'm gonna do correspondence. We got a letter from O&R. What is this then? Road excavation?
About opening the roads.
Hmm?
So O&R letter is in
I don't know what
regards
that
to
one is. I
opening
didn't
up
see
the
that.
roads and that our schedules coincide
Sorry.
when we do our paving. So they're asking if whatever our paving project is for next year to let them know so that they can correspond with opening up the roads.
Okay.
And then next,
You good? No, you're good. I didn't read that one. I was stuck to the
Okay.
other page. I never read it.
resignation letter, Kathy Russo, our court clerk, is resigning. And our part-time clerk, Robin Dunlap, is resigning, but Robin will be taking over the full-time clerk position. Ryan Smith, we have a letter of resignation from him, who was a part-time police officer. We have a letter from Zygmunt Murdy Funeral Home, letting them know that they bought the funeral home in town, and if they need any services or anything, and that they've been going through, changes there. They redid the inside and everything else. Then we have an ordinance from the Township of West Milford in regards to permitting microbreweries, and similar establishments. And that's all of our correspondence.
Thank you very much.
No, and we have the letter, we have the Department of Health letter.
Bill will address that
Yeah.
when he does his order report.
I don't know.
Visiting elected officials. Got anybody?
Well,
Yeah,
Lloyd?
boy, he's back there.
Thank you, sir. Reports of boards and department heads. I'm gonna go with Matt Veth first for the Lake Commission. Matt, can you come up and tell us what's going on with the Lake Commission? Good night, you're here.
Everyone.
Hold on, Matt.
You
You
gotta
gotta
come
come
up
all the
here.
way. Yeah, because we,
It's the first time I've ever been called quiet.
so they can
Anybody
hear you on the
speaking can come up
recording.
and
Yeah.
talk through this, okay?
Yes,
Good evening. The next Lake Commission meeting is going to be this Wednesday, 7 o'clock, if anybody's interested in coming down. We are working on trying to get weed harvesters from West Milford. That used to be the commission's weed harvesters. Hopefully, I'll have an answer for you. Have you heard from anybody?
I heard from their Public Works Department, everything's good, they're just trying to set a date where we could go pick them up.
Pick them up, okay, let me know if you need any help
Yeah.
with that, we'll do that. The next big project on the lake really is at the Jersey end. They have, money spent, they're gonna start putting shovels in the ground at Belcher's Creek. So they're gonna start that problem, and they're gonna start, I don't know what the exact plan is, but it's dredging, hydro raking, they're gonna go after it.
That'll be a big help to the lake.
And the next thing that we'll be working on here is trying to get volunteers for harvesting the water chestnuts in the spring.
Okay, great,
So, and that's it.
thank you,
Is
sir.
the meeting here in New York or New
Oh, yeah, I'm
Jersey?
sorry, the meeting is here at the senior center, Wednesday,
7:30?
7.
7.
Oh, thank you. Parks, Brendan.
We repaired the Centennial banner, the wind damaged it, picked
Thank
up
you.
garbage, village water, repaired the gates in the commuter lot, snow and ice removal, put up the ice rink, repaired a recycle valve at the water plant, building repairs at Village Hall, including building a new room for all the file cabinets, and fixed 2 gas leaks, one at the teen center and one at Village Hall.
Thank you for not letting me blow up to the gas leak was in the mayor's
Thank you.
office.
Yes.
Thank you, Brendan.
Thank you
Just
for
gonna
not
ask
blowing up the
anybody else
mayor.
for the reports, just to come up here, please.
DPW?
He's not, they had another meeting. You wanna read the report, Tom, cause I'm joking over here.
No, do you want a Tic Tac?
They're very busy with heavy rain clearing catch basins and ditches. Last 2 weeks, we're plowing and sanding icy spots every morning. They repaired several curb boxes, hauled salt and sand to replenish the salt pond, and they wash trucks, service them to be always ready for the next storm.
Thank you, sir.
Anytime.
Police Department.
Oh, hi, Dan.
How are you, Danny?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
Good afternoon, everyone. So for the month of January, the Village of Greenwood Lake Police Department, we handled a total of 1,270 incident reports, made a total of 6 arrests, issued 185 traffic summonses, 2 of which were parking tickets. And on top of that, we investigated a total of 4 motor vehicle accidents that occurred inside the village. Any questions for the police department?
No.
All right. Thank you very much.
you.
Thank you very much. Water Department. Bill, please.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening,
Phil.
Phil.
For the month of February, the department has been busy looking for lost water, along with our daily, weekly, and monthly duties and responsibilities. A number of leaks and repairs associated with winter weather have been addressed and resolved, bringing our seasonal production numbers a little closer to normal. I don't have much else to report tonight other than addressing a recent violation for exceedance levels of PFOA and PFAS. PFAS and PFOA are man-made chemicals that have been widely used in the manufacturing of many industrial and consumer products such as paper and cardboard food packaging, insecticides, electronics, stain repellents, paints, plumbing, tape, firefighting foam, and non-stick cooking surfaces. The EPA has lowered the MCL for those contaminants to 10 nanograms. A nanogram is 1 part per trillion. As these contaminants would not be detectable at standard parts per million or even a parts per billion level. At any rate, our annual sample that was taken in December, which I now understand can be affected by merely having freshly washed hands, hair, or clothes in proximity to the filling of the sample bottles, came in at just over MCL limit of 10 parts per trillion. It has also come to my understanding that many public water supply systems in the county and state are showing detectable levels just under, at, or above these ever increasingly stringent levels. A quick follow-up sample was taken following necessary procedures to avoid any non-representative influences and sent to a different lab. The results of the follow-up and sample came back, and I emphasize, within compliance. But the health department was forced to issue a violation on the initial sample that was taken within the required sampling schedule period. May it be noted that the official notification from the health department states that the MCL of 10 parts per trillion, to which our violation numbers came in at 10.4 and 11.9 respectively, is set well below levels known or estimated to cause health effects. So there is no cause for concern, and your water continues to be acceptable for all users. I'd like to address this issue moving forward in regards to our water plant capital improvement project. To my knowledge, the EPA is pushing to lower the MCL for PFOA and PFAS from 10 parts per trillion to 4 parts per trillion. We will be discussing with our engineers the addition of an activated carbon application to address the need to completely remove this contaminant as a requirement of the state and federal agencies to do so. That's my report.
So that'll be part of our upgrade. We'd have to put
Yes.
that in there.
I don't know if you have any questions or anybody.
Anybody have any questions?
Nope.
Thank you.
This is a
No,
new,
thank
this is a new contaminant, we're just learning about it, and like I said, a part per trillion is, it's like, it's so minute, I don't even know how they could,
Can't quantify that.
yeah. I mean, you can affect the sample just by being in the room with, I don't know, freshly washed clothes, or, so it's kinda like crazy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But that's it,
And I'm glad we found another leak.
yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Phil.
you, thank
Wanna
you.
go into that now?
Is that everybody?
So just let everybody know, those that are on our water service, we'll be sending out a letter regardless, because we have to, according to the health department.
So, wanna go right here?
We're gonna go back.
Alright.
Sure.
Alright, so, can I have, we're gonna talk about the soccer field and stuff like that. Can I have Colleen come up, please?
So unfortunately, Vinny couldn't be here tonight.
Unfortunately, Vinny cannot be here tonight to be with Colleen about talking about the soccer field / Citizen of the Year award that you're getting.
You couldn't drag him yet?
We gotta use that as an excuse to get you here.
He had. Sorry, had to get you here somehow. For you.
For your election, you don't need it for a year.
We need to talk about all the stuff that we did.
And then I'm gonna go up there and do an arrow here.
Oh, yeah. They were running,
So-
they were running good, and all of a sudden, bam.
So if anybody doesn't know who Colleen and Vinny are, anytime you ask or wanna have an event, you wanna do anything, they're probably the person
Sometimes
to
you
step
don't
up
even have to ask, they're just there.
to be there.
They're just
Whether
right
it's
there.
Kelly with the mayor.
baseball, soccer,
And then
what else?
just
I'm
used
sure if we had badminton,
Centennial
you'd be
Hall.
teaching
Scouts,
them.
I hope
Boy
you're into
Scouts,
Centennial
Girl Scouts, Gaelic Society.
Everything, everything and anything.
And just to let you know, I'm actually gonna talk about Colleen and Vinny.
He had
So,
another guy, but
Colleen and Vinny,
that's up to you.
even though their kids are graduating, their youngest is graduating college right now.
Step up there, Ken.
And they are still involved in the youth in our community. They're still the only, even before parents that have young children, they're still the ones that are up there volunteering for soccer, for Cub Scouts. They've been on the board. Colleen was part of the PTSA. They're part of the Elks. Vinny is gonna be the next commander at the American Legion. They are so involved in our community. I wish people would follow
And their
their
children.
footsteps. Yes.
And their children.
So, and that's the one thing is when
The
you're
children don't have a choice.
when you're one of those
Well,
people
yeah.
that volunteer all the time, and you tend to put it on to your children as well. So when we're having soccer tournaments and we don't have the parents to volunteer, their kids are there volunteering also. So it's a family thing. So thank you for everything that you've done for our community.
Well deserved. It should have probably happened 10 years ago.
So we lied to Colleen and told her that we were talking about the soccer field and, you know, and how to get it up and stuff that's going on over at the, and she even took
If
part in
you've ever
over
come to a
today.
village board meeting, you know
She's
that
coming in
we
fighting.
always ever talked about was the soccer field and the softball field. That's the two things we ever talked about.
So, even though she brought her notes, we're not talking about the soccer field.
Sorry.
Because I hate talking anyway.
Anyway, but I wanted to surprise you,
Thank you so much.
because I know you wouldn't have
Really
came if I
appreciate
told you the
this.
truth.
I wouldn't.
Well, I wish I could help you, my friend. Okay, now let's get down to business and get this over with.
You have to stay for the rest of the meeting, because we have to take a picture.
Oh, we're gonna torture her too?
Before we do, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Well, we're gonna go through this.
Yeah, we're gonna blow through.
We
You
adopt
watching
all the
it?
resolutions in one.
What are you watching? I don't know.
Alright, everybody ready?
Yes.
Moving along. Trustee and office reports. Trustee Clifford, please.
I want to say congratulations to Colleen and Finny. That is just wonderful, so well deserved. And I also want to thank Brendan for fixing my centennial sign that keeps falling down. Thank you so much. He's been there 3 times, and I really appreciate it. Anyway, March 26th, there's going to be a blood drive at the Benai Torah from 1 to 6. We always need blood, so I hope you can go. The Greenwood Lake Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, and Girl Scouts are visiting different houses of worship this month. They want the kids to each experience what each religion is like, so we've been encouraging them to go to all the services. This coming week, on Friday the 23rd, 6:45 at the Benai Torah, and on Sunday the 25th, the Holy Rosary at 10 a.m., the children's service. So I hope all the scouts go. And then we have the Celtic Day on February 25th. Yay. Hope everybody goes. There's going to be the Irish School of Dance is going to be, music by Big Patty, and there's going to be a soda bread competition. So I know, I hope we get to try some. Senior Center, they had the Greenwood Lake Middle School Junior Honor Society there. They interviewed the Lake seniors for a centennial project called Senior Voices. Kelly's been involved with that.
Well, I was involved in that, but I haven't been yet.
I know, but you have been.
But, yeah.
You've been in the
Once I'm
plans,
back on my
right?
feet, Beth, I'm all over it.
And I attended the chamber meeting at the Senior Center on February 5th, and they have a new president, Brenda Wiley, and plans are underway for their annual street fair on June 8th. And then a couple centennial updates. February 11th is we had our first library lecture with Dr. Richard Hull. We had a full house. It was so good to see that library room filled to the brim. February 23rd marks the 88th anniversary of the first American airmail rocket. And on February 24th, the Elks at 2 p.m. will be celebrating that event. Jim Hall, a NASA ambassador, will be demonstrating how rockets work. And at 3 p.m., local historian Steve Gross will give a PowerPoint video presentation. He's got a lot of secrets about what happened that day, so I hope you'll come and find out what happened. Let's see, it's been 100 years since the vote that turned Greenwood Lake into a village. That happened, well, actually happened January 13th, and then it became official in March. So we're going to have an intermersive theater event where they're going to reenact the election day. It's going to be a day in the life of 1924. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to start at 1. There's going to have music. We're going to have music. We're going to have an old car for photo ops, and you'll be part of the show. So I hope you come. And that's all I have for today. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Moving on, Trustee Howley.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm just going to talk a little bit about the beach. I know it's February and we're looking for more cold weather, but we had our first beach meeting this week, getting set for the new season, and we're in great shape in comparison to last year when we were really scattering for lifeguards. We actually have 20 returning, which is obviously huge. There will be some minor changes and adjustments as we try to make the beach a little more user-friendly, pleasurable, and we're looking forward to another good season, and that's all I have at this time regarding the beach.
Thank you very much. Trustee Count.
I don't know if you can hear me. I can't.
And congratulations, Vinny and Colleen, I'm sorry.
I just want to say congratulations to Vinny and Colleen. I know exactly what Colleen and Vinny have been doing over the years because when my kids were younger, they're all the same age. We did it together. I was smart enough to learn how to say no. They have not learned that yet. But here I sit. The library, as always, the library has many, 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 many things going on. Too many to mention. Go to their website, www.gwllibrary.org. There's so many programs. There's so many workshops that they're doing. A lot of good stuff going on at the library. The school board meeting, there's really nothing of any substance. I've looked through the hiring of some people, extending leaves, and nothing of any value, nothing I needed to report. That's all I have. And thank you very much for being patient with me while I was sitting up here, but I was on the computer. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Celia.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I'd like to congratulate Colleen and Vinny. Colleen, thank you. You donated my daughter's first lacrosse rebounder, so I appreciate that. So small acts of kindness as well. My report will cover the activity in the month of January for the building department, planning and zoning. In the month of January, the building department rather took in $4,031. 50% of that were building permits. That's really the first month, obviously, in the year. They're on a calendar year, at least the way we run the reports. So obviously this is going to be slower than the summer months. The planning department did not meet. There was no applicants in the month of January. The zoning board of appeals had a special meeting on January 31st for property on 17A. Determination came out of that meeting with the applicant before that board. Benjamin Steakhouse has been a big topic for everyone. Just to keep the public informed, there's sort of two items. So the planning board is on sort of on pause, if you will. There are two studies that were requested. One is a traffic study. One was a stormwater plan. That traffic study has just come in, so we're looking to get Benjamin before the planning board in March. So our building administrator is working to get that group back to March so they can continue that process and move that along. So I know people think it's a planning board. It's not. There are external agencies, external studies that have been requested that just take time to come in. That is my report.
Thank you very much. Attorney's report. Attorney, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Nothing for public consumption other than what we've already discussed during the workshop. Nothing else to report unless there's any questions.
I got no questions.
I did want to add the Insurance Defense Council I reached out to on the Clasto case, and that got pushed into March due to illness of one of the attorneys. So
Okay.
that's the next court date. I think it's March 2nd.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I
Clerk?
keep Brian very busy.
Clerk's report.
We'll be sending out Phil to do meter readings. Sorry, Phil, but it's that time. So your next water bill will be coming out in March. We are no longer accepting any more late water bills. Anything that was not collected will be re-levied onto the taxes. I want to say thank you very much to Brendan for our new file room. He's such a hard worker and he's such a pleasure. And he did all of it by himself. So we literally cut through concrete, built stairs, put up a whole wall, just so that we can put all the files behind lock and key. So I really do appreciate all your help on what you do. And I also want to congratulate Colleen and Vinny Hallinan. I really wanted Vinny to be here, but we know that he had volunteering his time somewhere else and he couldn't be here because Orange County is coming actually to our American Legion, so he had to be at that meeting. But I do want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything that you've done, and I'm glad to call you my friend.
Crybaby.
Yes.
All right, moving on. Old business. Planning and zoning boards. We talked about that in our budget, in our workshop before. We are moving along. We're planning and zoning into one board, and the reorg meeting in April will be that meeting where we combine and have a new board. Golf carts. We were sad to say that we couldn't do that at one time, but I am pleased to announce that it has moved to committee. Is that correct, Brian? Up in Albany?
Yeah, it did move to the
And that's a good
government
sign?
committee, local government committee.
So we're moving along there. Hopefully the state will like us and, let us have golf carts in our village. Comprehensive plan. We talked about that in budget too. We're hiring a planner for a comprehensive plan, and we're gonna, tonight when she gets on board, we'll be picking that comprehensive plan committee, and then move plowing ahead with that, because that's very important. We need that done as soon as possible. Water plant and was that department head?
Yeah.
Water plant wise, Phil did a lengthy report on the water plant. I don't think we need to go any more into that, and we're trying to help Phil as much as we can getting this water plant together and moving forward before it falls down around him. So that's our goal. New business. Talked about the water department and Department of Health. Phil did that in his report. Beach passes. You want to talk about beach passes again? About
Tom, yeah, we did. Just to let everybody know, the cost of beach passes will be going up this year. So once we actually set what those prices are going to be, we will be putting it out for everybody to get the early pricing. Early prices will be good up until June 1st. Please look on our Facebook page moving forward for when those will be available.
Alright. Hotel motel tax, that is also up in Albany. That'll be a tax for basically Airbnbs. That'll be part of, if you rent an Airbnb, it'll be part of that initial fee. It'll be a tax, and that tax line item will come directly to the village of Greenwood Lake. And our plan is to hopefully to put that towards cleaning of the lake. So hopefully we could generate some money from that. Budget for 2024 and 2025. You want to talk about anything like that?
It has been put out to all the department heads. We have asked for all of their feedback to be in by Friday. I'm still waiting on a couple to come back, and then we'll be moving forward with our budget preparation. The first budget meeting is going to be March 6th at 6 p.m. Open to the public.
I think we'll be upstairs or down.
It'll be in Village Hall.
Thank you very much. Events. Teen Center scheduled for Tuesday nights, located at the Community Center, 51 Waterstone Road, between the hours of 4 to 6 p.m. for 2 to 5th grades, 2nd to 5th grades, and from 6 to 8 p.m. for 6th to 8th grade. Grievance Night is scheduled for February 22nd, which is tomorrow, located at the Village Hall. We're going to do it down in the conference room down here, and that will start at 4 p.m. till 8 p.m.
Everybody start thinking about what you want for dinner.
Just one, as I saw, it looks like there's just one, the standard combis, right? There's no
Yeah.
other.
Correct.
And there's no walk-ins, they'd have to be scheduled?
They would have had to get their paperwork in, and from what I've heard from the assessor, I haven't seen anything else. So, like, you just can't come in and grieve. You have to have all the paperwork ready to go.
And combis is never, okay,
Yes.
just wanted to confirm.
Greenwood Lake Centennial presents the celebrating of the 88th anniversary of the first American rocket airplane flight, February 24th on 2024, located at the Greenwood Lake Elks Lodge, number 2067, 35 Chestnut Street, starting at 2 p.m. The planning board meeting scheduled for March 7th, 2024, located at Village Hall on 18th Church Street, starting at 7:30 p.m. Greenwood Lake Centennial presents I Was There at the Greenwood Lake Theater production, March 16th, 2024, located at the Church of the Good Shepherd right over here, and that is starting at 1 p.m. The Village Board of Elections scheduled for March 19th, 2024, located at Greenwood Lake Senior Center, 132 Windermere Avenue, between the hours of 12 p.m. and 9 p.m. That is the vote for 2 trustee seats coming up. Zoning Board meeting scheduled for March 21st, 2024, located at the Village Hall, 18 Church Street, starting at 7:30 p.m. And also, there we have Celts of the Year, which is on March 9th, starting at 7:30, and one of our Celts of the Years is in the audience over there. So congratulations to John and Tati Jazina.
Congratulations. Tickets can be purchased through Lexi, but it's their annual St. Patrick's Dinner Dance.
Privilege of the floor. Anybody would like to come and address the board, please come up and state your name and where you live, and we'll go from there. Going once? Going twice?
Nobody?
Nobody? Alright,
Oh,
moving along. Resolutions.
here we go.
Resolutions 54. Be it resolved, the village board hereby appoints Shawna, how you last name?
Schwetsky.
Schwetsky as the communications coordinator at the rate of $24.37 per hour.
I'll make
Can I get a motion, please?
I'll
Kelly?
make it.
I'll second it.
Second. Nancy? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Resolution 55, be it resolved, the village board hereby authorizes the hiring of Robin Dunlap as full-time court clerk at $25 per hour, effective March 18, 2024.
I'll
Motion,
make
please.
that motion.
Nancy, second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Resolution 56, be it resolved, the village board hereby authorizes the hiring of Kathleen Russo as part-time clerk at $18 per hour, effective March 18th, 2024. Motion, please.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Chad, second. Tom, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Resolution 57, be it resolved that the mayor is hereby authorized to contact state representative of the village to pursue introduction of the bill that would authorize court officers in the village to be defined as peace officers under the New York State Criminal Procedure Law. Motion, please.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Tom, second. Chad, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Resolution 58, be resolved that the village board hereby sets a public hearing on March 20th, 2024 to consider the adoption of local law and procedures to authorize the video conferencing at village meetings in the village of Greenwood Lake pursuant to New York State Public Officers Law 103-A. Motion, please.
I'll make a motion.
I will
Kelly.
second that motion.
Second.
Kelly.
Any discussion?
I'd like to call it the Kelly Law. No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Resolution 59, be it resolved that the village board hereby sets a public hearing March to consider the adoption of local law amending chapter 23 of the village code, records access, to improve records access and appeals procedure.
Make a
Motion, please.
I'll
Kelly?
second it.
Second, Nancy, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Kathleen.
Opposed? Motion carries. Resolution 60, be it resolved that the village board hereby sets a public hearing on March 20th, 2024 to consider the adoption of a local law to establish requirements and procedures for the payment of professional fees by land and use applicants in the village. Motion, please.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Second. Tom? All in any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Resolution 61, be it resolved that the village board hereby authorizes the mayor to execute an agreement with Nelson Pope Voorhees for planning services to the village in the final form approved by the village legal council. Motion, please.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Second, Kelly. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Resolution 62.
I would ask him if you have to read the whole thing.
Do I have to read that whole thing?
No, the board has a resolution before it. Typically, if you want to read it, you don't have to read anything, but if you wish to read, some prefer to do where it
Read the
begins
first.
now, therefore be it resolved. But I think the title of the resolution is self-evident, the board's had it, so if you just want to make the motion to adopt the resolution, you can do that. So
The
just
resol-
state the title of it, which would be, I'm sorry, you're on 60.
A resolution authorizing bid
Yeah,
documents
so it'd be a
for public
resolution to authorize bid documents for public work services.
All right, can I get a motion for the resolution authorizing bid documents for public work services? Motion, please.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Second,
Kelly.
Kelly. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Now we're on 63.
Big resolution authorizing.
Resolution authorizing sealed bid reputable and qualified refuse removal companies to furnish refuse removal in the village of Greenwood Lake for the period beginning for 1 year. Can I have a motion to go out to
I'll
bid,
make
please?
the motion.
Ally?
Tom, second.
I'll second.
Chad, any
Second.
discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now that is to put garbage out to bid, because that contract is up, so we have to do that, if anybody was questioning that. Resolution 64, resolution adopting local law of 2024, enacted chapter 21 of the code of the village of Greenwood Lake Planning Board and Zoning Board of Appeals, and amending chapter 120 zoning of the village code. Can I get a motion, please?
I'll make a motion.
Kelly, second.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Is that the last one? That was the last
Yes.
One of the bills.
Yeah, gotta do, and then accepting of the minutes, there you go.
Can I get a motion to approve to pay all audited bills? Can I have a motion, please?
Make that motion?
Tom,
Kelly?
second.
Second.
Kelly, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 12, acceptance of minutes from January 17th, 2024 meeting.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from the January 17th.
Thank you.
meeting.
Second.
I'll second it.
Chad, any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Hold on.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Can I have one to add in, can we, which I left off this, can I have an acceptance of the minutes from the public hearing from January
make an
17th, 2024?
Right, I'll make a motion to
Okay.
accept those.
I'll second it. There were two separate
Yeah.
public hearings, so the motion is for both.
And I
We do
Okay.
one- We do both for one, in one motion.
Brian?
Can we?
What is the?
There were two public hearings last month.
Right.
There were two sets of minutes. Can we have a motion to accept both of those?
If we're gonna have the same people voting on them, as long as somebody wasn't absent or, but I don't know.
Okay. Nope.
Or if you wanna just avoid figuring that out, you can just do two motions.
Yeah. Alright. Well, the first public hearing was for, the planning and zoning board, so can I get a motion on those minutes?
I'll
Motion,
make a
please.
motion.
Alright, Clifford, and then Sally A for those one, and the second one was golf courts, which at that time, we were told that we couldn't move forward with it, so we kinda closed that one down. But we had minutes
The
for
minutes
that.
were generated, right.
So how about for golf carts?
Motion for golf carts.
I'll make the motion.
Sally A?
Second. Any
Kelly.
discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Sorry, I forgot that off the agenda.
All right.
Thorough, I like it.
Budget transfers and amendments. Can I get a motion to approve budget transfers and amendments, please?
Where is this going from?
It's going from police person.
I'll make the motion in just discussion on what it is. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a standard. so-
Motion, second.
We have to, just like we had done in the,
Second, I'll second.
oh, sorry.
Now
you can
discussion.
talk.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Just like in the past where we had to open up a line item for when we were doing grants, this was for the grant for the weed harvester that we have through Scopus. So we have to show what line item it's going into
Okay,
until we get that and pay for it, and then it'll be transferred back.
got it. Yeah, I
Okay.
only ask because it's a
Got it.
pretty
Right.
sizable amount.
Right.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
So wait,
Opposed?
I'm sorry, who?
Chatting.
Okay.
My second, he said, yeah.
Motion carries. Executive session. We are going to move into executive session for reasons of discussing personnel at this time. So can I get a motion to move into executive session?
I'll make a motion.
Kelly, second.
I'll second it just before we go and just, I don't know if you want to, that lastly, the public know about the next board meeting and
Yes.
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
things, yeah, just before we.
Next regular village board meeting is scheduled for March 28th, 2024, at 6 p.m. right here again.
And Mayor, just to let the public know, the local laws that are on for that night will be available on or before March 12th on the
Yeah.
website or at the village clerk's office.
For executive session, can we get a picture
Yes.
of the board with
So a
Colleen?
motion, executives, all in favor?
Yep, we have,
Aye.
yeah, I'm sorry, oh, aye.
Opposed? Alright, we are now in executive
And
session.
there'll be no vote afterwards, so
There'll
nobody
be
has to.
no vote and no action taken after executive session.
Yeah, we usually say we don't expect to take any votes, so that, but we'll just be coming back to adjourn if you wanna tell people.
Well, you just said it,
Yeah.
say it again.
So there's basically no reason to stay, so we're gonna adjourn the meeting as soon as we come out of executive session, because there's no action taken after our executive session anyway, so.
But you're free to
The
come
meeting's
back.
technically closed, but I have to officially close it after we come out.
We are gonna get a photo with Colleen
Yeah.
before you do that.
What's going on, Danny? Well, that's only 5 days.
First time I ever had to come up here.
I know, I was just thinking, because I know you'll be like, it's a big race that didn't happen.
Here's the one I have to open. I'll I'll stay.
Yeah.
Let's
No
stop
doubt.
each other. Silly stuff, you know?
I feel like I should come home. I know. Alright, go take the pictures, Kathleen, I'll talk to you.
By the flag.
You should.
Want me to just unplug it?